Hi guys, and welcome to another Python programming tutorial. This programming tutorial is going to be interesting and kind of weird because I don't know what use we're gonna get out of it. Maybe you can prank any of your friend to actually open something, but what this script will do is it will open, thousand different websites, or how much you want to limit it. It will keep on opening and opening and opening and opening until you actually close it into your respective browser. So what you can do is either you can save it as a batch file, put it in the startup folder of your computer, and then when it runs, it's eventually going to open and open and open that particular file again and again and again. So your friends will actually believe that this is kind of a virus or something, but eventually it's not. Now for this we are going to need web browser to actually interact with web browser. Also, we're going to need random. Why random? Because we're going to randomly select files from our CSV file. Now, I have all the files, a CSV file in here, which contains various different URLs: facebook.com, python.com, Wikipedia, YouTube, Google, and all those different sites in here. You can add even more, or you can actually reduce it. It doesn't actually matter. So we are going to read this particular CSV file, and then we're going to go on and on. And what we're going to do is we're going to read this particular file, store it in a list, and then go on, iterate over that list again and again and again to actually uh, open all this URL or bombard that particular URL. So in order to interact with CSV, we need CSV. Also, yeah, that's it for now. Now, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to with open test.csv as read file. It's a read file, not reads file. Now, we're going to read it. Maybe something like read lines is equal to csv dot reader. We're going to read it. Now, read file, and we have to specify the delimiter limiter is equal to, it's a CSV file which is comma separated file, that's why a comma in here. Now for lines, so it's gonna actually read it line by line. So for lines in read lines, what we're gonna do is we're gonna append it to a blank list. So read lines, it's already defined, so maybe read read line is equal to a blank list. Now for lines and read line, read line dot append lines. Now once we're done with it, now we want to actually see if it really works out. Now if we print out read line and see what is the output of it. So this is kind of interesting. In here we have something known as one particular list, which is an empty list. There's second list which contains are all the URLs which we actually need, and this whole is contained in one particular list which we defined it above. Now what we are going to do is, first of all, we need to delete the first index, because 0 and first index. So once the deleting part is done, what we are going to do is read line is equal to read line of 0. So whoops, dot copy. Now copy is the inbuilt function in our list which copies one list to another list. So we're going to copy the 0th index of our read line back to the read line. So now when we print read line, we can actually see that whole thing is gone and we have one single list, and this is what we need as of now. Let me close this out. Fine. Now what we need is we need something like the first part of the link. First link is equal to, it's in string, https colon double slash. Now we have the first link in the first URL, the second link in the second URL. Now what we are going to do is we want to run it indefinitely. So while true, which means until and unless it's not stopped, it's gonna run and run and run and run and run, and it will not stop. So URL is equal to, now random has an inbuilt function known as choice, which can choose any different any particular value from a particular list. So here this is our list. Now it's gonna choose anything from our list. Now full URL is equal to our first URL plus our URL. Now if we print out full URL, sorry, we should actually see, now instead of giving it a true, I'll give it a condition. Maybe something like I should be less than 10. I'll define I is equal to 1, I is equal to I plus 1. Now it's gonna return me 10 different particular URLs in here. Now if we go on and read it, like play it, first URL not defined. Oops, first link. Yeah, as we can see in here, we have all the different websites in a proper manner. Now what we're gonna do is, instead of this print function, web browser dot open full URL. Now when we are gonna run it, it's gonna open all those URLs in my browser. Let's see what happens. I'll go on, I'll open my default web browser, which is Chrome, and it's gonna open all the different URLs. See, MSN, something like that. My internet is not working as of now, so this is what you're gonna get. Now, like, what if we want to run it indefinitely? Now, if we go in here, and instead of this, if we write it true, now this time it's gonna run and run and run, and it's not gonna stop until, and if you'll see, it's opening, and I have to explicitly stop it. Interrupted, as you can see in here, it's open, it has opened a couple of different URL in here. So this is it for this video. If you really like the video, subscribe, and if you want any new script or something like that, or if you really want a beginner's tutorial for Python, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.